Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. We're going to start today's Vinyasa Flow with a little bit of mindfulness. So this is going to be a fairly moderate flow. It's accessible to all levels so long as you are modifying and looking after your body. If there's something that I'm asking you to do that you are not comfortable with or that your body is not comfortable with, then simply adapt it or change it or take a child's pose and come back in and join us when you're ready. Equally, if you know how to up level and you'd like to take more advanced postures and there's space and time for you to do that in our practice today, then go ahead. Please feel free to do that. And I fell over then. It was a good start, isn't it? Anyway, like I said, we're going to start with a little bit of mindfulness. As you all know, if you've taken class with me, I love to bring my books and my ideas to classes. So again, take it as an offering and leave it on the mat if it doesn't work for you. This is a book called The Power of Now. It's one of my favorite present moment books, and you know, it's totally falling apart. The pages are coming apart, so it's one of my favorites. And I just kind of opened it this morning in a section called The Joy of Being, and I'm just going to read to you just a tiny, if you'll indulge me, a tiny little passage from it. It says, "If there is no joy, ease, or lightness in what you are doing, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to change what you're doing. It may be sufficient to change how you're doing it. How is always more important than what. So if you're in a warrior and it's excruciating and there's no joy and lightness, how do you change that warrior so that you can find a little more presence in it? So see if you can give more attention to the doing than the result that you want to achieve. You know, it's more about what's going on whilst you're in chair pose in the mind, not about, you know, those rock hard buns and abs you're going to get on the other side of it, although they might be a happy result anyway. So if you give your mind fully and completely accept what is, then you can't give your attention to resisting it. So it's a process. All of this yoga is a process. So I wanted to offer you that on the way in to the class. I'm going to leave that there and perhaps find some reminders along the way. And so we're going to go ahead and drop completely into our present moment now by coming to lie all the way down on our bellies, which is always a beautiful place to start. If you have a blanket around, you might want to place that. I'm just kind of looking at my mat. It's a little sandy. I'm going to place the blanket down on the front of the mat just for a little comfort. See right there, I changed the how. And then I'm going to rest my right cheek down on top of the blanket to extend my arms out in a T shape. Close down my eyes. I'm going to take my feet to about mat's distance apart. Let the ankles roll in. A little swish from side to side with the hips. A relaxation of the gaze behind the eyes. Perhaps the eyes closed. Total surrender to the mat. And just feeling the belly press into the floor more deeply, a little more strongly when you breathe out and in. So when you breathe in, the belly presses into the earth and releases as you breathe out. So just come into that sense of arrival. Now bring your awareness and your attention to your fingertips. Make sure you're not pressing them down into the floor. And start to develop that slightly more intentional breath. So lightly constricting the back of the throat, breathing in and out through the nose. Called Ujjayi breathing, a breath of victory if you were to translate it from the Sanskrit. And it allows you to remind yourself of your presence in your body, to
to feel your breath and to hear it. Sounds a little bit oceanic, like waves. And on an in-breath, draw that left knee up towards the left elbow. That left ankle extended out from the left knee at a 90-degree angle. And just direct your breath now into your left hip. So kind of feel a surrendering, a giving sensation in that left hip socket. And just taking a few mindful breaths here. Now taking a full breath in. And as you exhale, sending that left foot back to the back of the mat, switching the hips from side to side, lifting and turning your gaze to the other side, so resting that left cheek down on the blanket, and then drawing your right knee up towards the right elbow, extending that right ankle out at a 90-degree angle, flexing the toes back towards the knee to protect the knee. And once again, lots of intention down into that right hip, just trying to melt, trying to give. And taking a full breath in here. And a slow exhale out. Good, and then sending that right foot back to the back of the mat. Just bringing your forehead to the mat to extend out that neck. Swishing the hips from side to side. And then bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing up to your tabletop posture. And taking your time here to set yourself up in that rectangle shape. So bringing the hands right underneath the elbows and the shoulders, spreading your fingertips wide, pressing down through the heels of the hands and radiating that weight through the fingertips. Just closing your eyes and just kind of taking a little rock through the hips just to find that perfect balance in the center here. Remembering that the spine is not straight. We're not looking to try and straighten out the spine because that's impossible. The spine is curved. But instead trying to find that sort of beautiful alignment in the center where the belly is slightly engaged, the shoulders slide down the center of the spine, and the crown of the head reaches forwards and the tailbone reaches back. You can kind of give yourself that sensation by a little forwards and back motion, the crown of the head reaching forwards, the tailbone extending back, and to settle in the center. Good, and then taking a full breath in here. Exhaling into your cat and your cow transition, so pressing the back body to the ceiling or the sky, opening the shoulders, and then inhaling, dropping the belly, sliding the heart forwards, lifting the gaze to cow. Exhale, roll back through the spine, articulate through every vertebrae. Inhale, drop and lengthen. Good. 4 more times. You can close your eyes here if that allows you to forget about your surroundings, about anything else that's going on around you as you try to just be in the body. Good, and then coming back into a neutral spine here, and we're going to attempt something here to really focus on that present moment awareness, on the how instead of the what. So we're going to just bring our knees a touch closer and our hands a touch closer, so we're really tight in the center. And And then we're going to extend that left foot out and that right foot forwards. Now usually we bring the elbow and the knee together here, and that's always an option if you feel better doing that. But instead, we're going to try something a little different. So really press into that right top foot. Take a breath in. And then on the exhale, sending that right arm to the right side and the left foot forwards. And then inhale, extend again. Good, let's try that 2 more times. Exhale out. Inhale together. Exhale out. Inhale together. Good, exhale, one elbow, knee underneath, just to pull it all in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower down. Good, nice. Take the knees a little wider, wag your tail from side to side. Bring the breath back into your body. Good, and then once again, draw the knees a little closer together. This time the right arm is extending, the left arm is extending and the right foot is pressing out. Take a breath in and side to side. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. One more. Lengthen out. Exhale. Dome the back body, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down and wag the tail. So taking a full breath in here, tucking your toes underneath your heels, lifting your hips up to the sky. And then on your exhale, extending your heels to or towards the mat. Landing in your downward facing dog, pressing the heels, perhaps bending the knees, walking yourself out. Remembering that you're never stuck where you're landed. So if you need to move the hands a little closer or the feet a little wider, just play with your down dog and see, again, adjusting the how you're doing something instead of kind of taking in the whole what and feeling negative about it. Good. Taking a full breath in again. And a long exhale out of the mouth, shaking the head and arriving here. Good. You're going to walk the feet about maybe a footprint in, just so you shorten your down dog now. And then lift that right hand up off of the mat and reach for the left ankle or shin or thigh, whatever is most comfortable for you. Then take a full breath in. And exhale, you're going to turn, turn your face underneath that left armpit. Just get a whiff of what's going on under there. No judgment. Good. And you're really pressing that chest underneath the armpit up towards the sky. Good. One more breath in here. And then exhaling, extending that right hand out. Full breath in. Taking that left hand, this time grabbing a hold of the right ankle, shin, or thigh. And on your exhale, pressing underneath to the other side, looking for the sky, looking for the ceiling. Just really lengthening through the spine and twisting through the torso, opening up the shoulders. Good. On your next exhale, take the release. Inhale, come to the tips of the toes and start to walk the feet towards the heels of the hands. Your feet are about hips width distance apart. You can measure that off, fists in between the big toes. Bend your knees. Let your head and your neck and your shoulders relax down. Your spine is long. And then bringing your thumbs into the crooks of your elbows if that feels good. And finding a little sway from side to side. Nice. And then finally releasing the hands down to the mat. Bending your knees even more deeply. Drawing the navel in, rolling up through the spine. That beautiful unfolding sensation. Love that so much. And then reaching the hands up and overhead, drawing the palms together. And the thumbs down into the center of the heart. And let's take a moment to connect our practice. Even though we're practicing virtually, let's add the Om in today. So 3 Oms together. Just to really feel the vibration in the chest and the vibration in the rest of the body. So ground down through all 4 corners of the feet. Take a full breath in. letting that beautiful expression of awareness, of oneness sit in the body. Gently fluttering the eyelids open, bringing those big toes to touch, moving into our sun salutation, starting with half a sun salutation A. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, come into your full forward fold, Uttanasana. So just taking a moment when we travel first through this procession of movement to make sure that the hips are right over the heels. So it almost feels a little bit like you're going to kind of dive off of the high dive. You really have the weight forwards. And try to keep that weight forwards, light on the heels as you bring your hands to your shins, lengthen the crown of the head forwards, come to your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Your next exhale takes you back down, full forward fold. And then inhale, draw up through the spine, through the navel, hands above, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, pull it up, round down, and bring the hands to the heart. Good. Again, twice more. Breathe in. Exhale. Lengthen out and fold it down. Root to rise, reach up, and hands to heart. Good, and just to view this sun salutation, forward fold, as kind of an engagement with the energy in the body. So halfway up. Good, exhale down. This movement right here, this burst of energy all the way from root to tip, and then drawing that energy back into the heart. Good, now we're going to add on. So breathe in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. And then this time planting the hands down about 6 inches in front of the feet, stepping first the right foot and then the left to the back of the mat. Here we have this slightly longer plank hold, so spreading the fingertips wide. Good, pulling the navel in. And starting to focus on that deeper expression of breath. So as it gets harder, I might get just a little louder. I might start shouting a little bit, lowering the hips just about an inch below the heart. Here we go. We can keep going just for a little bit longer. Take a full breath in. Remember, your knees are there if you need them. Exhale, elbows in, lower down. Good. Untuck the toes. Slide the hands to connect to the lower ribs. Magnetize the elbows together. And then on an inhale, lift the back of the body up towards the ceiling. So we're not straining with the neck. We're not looking forwards. We're simply breathing the back body towards the sky. And then exhale, lower the forehead. Good. Again, inhale, low cobra. Press down through the tops of the feet. So if the feet are flying up, try to press them down. That might send you a little lower. That's okay. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale again, low cobra, light on the fingertips. Maybe even a little offering, turning the palms to the sky. And then what I'm going to ask you to do here is try to release the muscles in your buttocks. I always feel like I sound funny when I say that word, so I'm just going to embrace the silliness that feels like. And just really try to connect to the muscles in the abdomen and the lower back. Good. Exhale, lower the forehead. And then we're going to tuck the toes, tone the thighs, tone the belly, lift the hips ever so slightly, press back up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath in here. Open the mouth. Let it all out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees, and then it's a step or a float forwards towards the front of the mat. Lengthen out, Ardha. Exhale, Utha. Inhale, rise. Exhale, root in. One breath, one movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Now the option here is either to step back or, and I'm going to demonstrate this if I can, bend your knees and float the feet to the back of the mat. Notice how I landed with a little bend of the elbows and then pressed up. Just a little bit of suspension, a little bit of shock absorption. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, tuck the toes through the knees or up and over through plank into downward facing dog. Full breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, empty out, and this time the jump, or maybe the step if that feels better. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, one more, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step, float, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart. If you lower down halfway to chaturanga, you're in upward facing dog now, and then you're taking it all the way back to downward facing dog. Good, full breath in here, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float. Lengthen out, and forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up. And bring the hands to the heart. Just take a moment, take a breath here. Notice the pulse of energy around your body. Beautiful. Starting to feel a little more alive, a little more fizzy. Coming into sun salutation B, so bringing the big toes to touch. Little separation of the ankles there. Little adjustment of the top. If you need that in the hair. Everything moves around. Trying to stay present. And then sitting the hips back over the heels. Good. And sweeping the arms forwards, Utkatasana, chair pose. Nice. Lengthening your tailbone towards the ground. So what happens a lot is this. It kind of feels good to sit in the lower back. Pull the navel in and lengthen the tailbone back. I was exaggerating there, but you can feel that in your own body. Nice. Take a breath in. And then guess what? Sit a little lower. Remember, there's probably always a little bit more. A little bit more we can give. If that bounce is there, then there's an exhale and we can sit a little deeper. Try not to go up with the shoulders as we sit back. Lengthen. Good. One more full breath in here. And then exhale, forwards fold. Good. And then you're going to take it into your halfway lift. Plant your hands. Take it back and down through your vinyasa if that's good for you. If you need a little less, you can always transition from your plank straight to your downward facing dog. So lots of options there. There's the full lower, there's the chaturanga, halfway into up dog, and then there's a shift back into down dog if you need to take the break. All three of those things are yoga. Good. Inhale, gaze forward. Bend your knees, find your way front. Lengthen out. Forward. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, back into the heart. Good. Big toes to touch. Let's add on into that sun B now. Gaze lifted, drishti forwards. Sit down, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Good, breathe in, shift forwards. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, heart. Exhale, hips. Good, adding on here, so breathing the right leg up and overhead. Exhale, drawing that knee underneath you, lifting the hips so you can step the foot through. Lowering the left heel, squaring the hips, rising up and settling in warrior one. Same thing here, lengthening the tailbone, lifting the belly. Nice. Good, full breath in. And an exhale out. Good, one more inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands, lift that left heel skyward, step that right foot back. And then you flow through your vinyasa in whatever way feels most supportive to you. Take a breath in the center, breathe in. Exhale out. Nice, inhale, lift that left leg high. Exhale, draw it through and forwards. Lower the right heel, square the hips, rise up. Exhale out. Nice, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. It's always an option to add on here. Breath in. Exhale, little mini back bend. Express the heart to the sky. Good. Nice, inhale, right yourself. Exhale, plant your hands and step your way back through your version. I'm kind of showing you lots of different ways to get there. Making different choices all the way along during your practice, remembering that intention we said at the beginning to focus on the how, not the what. So it's not about the constant chaturanga, it's about that transition, that reset button that we press every time we flow through a vinyasa. Good, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float, come to the front. Lengthen out. Forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Now I'm going to come into the center here just to show you the beginning of the flow, but you can stay right at the head of your mat if you're facing in a direction where this feels accessible to you. So you're going to take your feet about hips width distance apart. Remember, hips are not this wide, even though they might sometimes feel like it. They're about 2 fist widths in between the big toes. So make sure you're being authentic to your own body shape. Good, and then you're going to sit down in a gentle chair, bring the hands to the heart, shift the weight to the left and cross that right ankle over the left knee, and then sit down in that figure 4. Good. Lots of things to focus on here. Lots of hows to focus on instead of what's here. So drawing the right toes back towards the right knee. Engagement in the back of the calf muscle. Lengthening the tailbone down and pulling the navel in, sitting up a little taller. Noticing the left toes, mine are gripping on for dear life right now, trying to spread them out and stay present. Good. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, sit a little lower. Whoop. If you fall down, get back up. Inhale, draw the right knee up and into the chest. And exhale, lower it to the mat. Inhale, reach the hands up and overhead. Exhale, sit back down. Good, weight over to the right side. Left ankle on top of right knee. Good, left toes back towards the left knee. Press through that left thigh. Figure 4 in the shape of the legs. Relax the shoulders, sit tall. Crown of the head lengthening up. Thumbs to sternum, connection. Outer body and inner body, all of the bodies. Good. Inhale, draw that left knee up and in. Exhale, step it down. I'm going to move to the front of my mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. And just hang out here for a moment in your forward fold. You've just put a lot of sensation, a lot of presence into the backs of the thighs in that initial movement at the beginning of the flow. So feel that warmth. Good, then lengthen out. Exhale, plant the hands, and take your vinyasa. Landing back in your Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, we're going knee to nose. All the way into plank. Inhale, reach it back. Twice more, knee to nose. Good, your next exhale sends that right foot through between the hands. Leave the left heel lifted. Pull on up into crescent lunge. Exhale, settle in. Good, if you want to go a little deeper into that crescent lunge, take a breath in. Exhale, lower the left knee. Good. And then staying that low, try to press the back of the leg to lengthen again. Nice, lots more action in that left thigh there. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, hands to heart into your crescent twist. So left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, thumbs to sternum. Maybe you even fly those arms open. Good, a breath in and out here. Inhale, come back to the center. Reach up, exhale, open out, warrior 2. Exhale, settle in. A lot of presence here, navel in. Lengthen the tailbone.
Nice. Inhale, reverse your warrior. So send that left hand down the back leg. Reach the right arm up. If you're looking to the sky, that's a back bend. If you decide to look towards your left foot, that's a side body stretch into the right ribs. Neither is more correct than the other. Just choose the one that feels better today. Make sure you stay authentic in that front knee bend. Take a full breath in. And then exhale back to warrior two. Good. Inhale, turn the right toes to face the same direction as the left toes. Full breath in here. And exhale out. Yeah, take up some space. Nice. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Another full breath in. And then exhale, we're going down, hands on hips into our horse posture. Good. Nice. Sitting in that deep knee bend. Trying to keep traction the knees right over the toes. Good. Take a full breath in here. And then exhale that right shoulder into the center. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, left shoulder into the center. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, two more. Nice. Good. Inhale, reach. Turn the toes forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Good. If you've been doing a number of these videos, you'll notice that I throw in this wide leg forward fold quite a lot. It's a beautiful stretch, sometimes a little bit of a more accessible way to get down into the forward fold than when the legs are together, but also just quite simply one of my favorite postures. So if you practice yoga with me, you're going to get a lot of the forward fold. Nice. Now if this elbows on the ground is too much for you, you'll notice I have some blocks here. Books are equally as useful as the blocks. So you can use those blocks as your limb extenders. So maybe the hands are here. Maybe it's nice to put the elbows down here and then relax the head and the neck and the shoulders. Good. And then wherever you are, using blocks or not, inhale, walk your hands towards that right foot. Frame the right foot with the hands. Lift the left heel up. Good. And then we're going to take the vinyasa. So step the right foot back to join the left. Move through your flow. And land back in downward facing dog. Good. And we're going to go on the other side. So inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Twice more. Remembering to pull the navel in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step the foot through. Nice, heel lands first. Light as possible on the mat. Leave that right heel lifted, rise up. Exhale, settle in, spread the toes. Good, remembering to test out that crescent lunge. See if there's a little more. Lower the right knee. And then press the back of the thigh out. Good, full breath in here. Exhale, hands to heart, twist, crescent, twist. So the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, thumbs towards sternum. Maybe the hands and the heart fly open. We got another full breath in here. And an exhale. Good, hands together, inhale, lift it up. Reach the hands, open out, warrior two. Good. Nice. Remembering to send that drishti, that gaze over that front middle finger. Lengthening union of opposites, fingertip to fingertip. Nice. Inhale, reverse. Stay low in the front knee. Make your choice with the direction of your gaze. Breathing through the left side body. And then on your next exhale, back into warrior two. Good. You're going to turn your left toes to face the same direction as your right toes here. Breathe in and out. You're gonna get the back view now, so you know you're welcome. Enjoy. Turn your heels in, your toes out, and then sit on down into your fullest posture. And really imagine there's an anchor, a weight on that tailbone. Drop it down. Good. Nice. Beautiful. Take a full breath in here. And then we're exhaling. This time, left shoulder into the center. Inhale, breathe it up. Exhale, right shoulder into the center. Make sure your navel is engaged the whole time. This is abdominals as well as thighs. Good. Inhale, reach high. And then here we go. Toes slightly pigeon-toed. Exhale, forward fold. Peekaboo on the other side. I never imagined I'd be doing this on the internet, but there you go. It's all about the how and not the what, right? Take a full breath in. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, turning the left toes to face the front of the mat. Lifting that right heel skyward. Planting the hands. Left foot goes back to join the right. And then you flow or shift in transition your way. Good. Full breath in here. Come to the tips of the toes. Exhale, breathe out through the center of the heart. Nice. Good. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step or flow, come front. Good. Lengthen out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, root to rise. And hands to heart. Good, and we're going to move through that flow one more time. So ground down through the big toes, through the little toes, all four corners of the feet. Nice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit down, hands to heart. Right leg crosses over left knee. Good. If you want to add on here a little bit, take a full breath in. Exhale, pinkies towards shin. Good. Inhale, sit back up, press down through that left foot. Exhale, pinkies towards shin. Maybe you even reach fingertips towards the floor. Good. Inhale, sit back up. Exhale, a little deeper. Nice. Uncross the legs, plant the foot. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands to heart, sit down. Weight into the right foot, left ankle crosses over, figure four. Nice. Full breath in here. Exhale, pinkies to shin. If that's happening in a living room near me watching this video, remember, it's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect for everybody. It's been a real interesting experience for me making these online videos. Just 8 weeks out of giving birth to my third child. It's a real anchor for me. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, a root back into my practice. So for that, I thank you. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands. This is your opportunity to flow. I'm going to go right back into my downward facing dog because that feels right for me right now. But feel free to take that flow. Good. Inhale, lift that right leg up. We're doing 3. Knee to nose. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step the foot through. Nice. Leave the left heel lifted. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart, twist. Good. Full breath in here. Maybe the arms fly open. Full breath out. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Nice. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, back to warrior two. Nice. Breathe in, turn the toes. Exhale. And then inhale, heels in, toes out. Exhale, down to horse. Good. Full breath in here. Exhale, shoulder in. 3 more. Modulate the breath. Maybe lift the corners of the mouth. It's just yoga, right? Good. Nice. Inhale. Straighten the knees. Exhale, turn the toes in. Forward fold. Sometimes it's kind of nice. I'm going to do that again. Breathe in. Still had a lot of noise out, right? If there's any stress, tension, extra things in the body that need to come out of the body, lots of ways to express that. Nice. Inhale. Frame the right foot with the hands. Come to face the front of your mat. Lift that left heel up. And then once again, into plank. Exhale down. Find your back bend. Inhale, open. Exhale, up and back, contract. Good. Take a full breath in here. Stick the tongue out of the mouth. Lion's breath. Nice. Inhale, left leg lifts. Here we go. Last time, knee to nose. Last opportunity for a knee towards the nose to knee as well. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step that foot through. Leave that right heel lifted. Rise up. Hands to heart twist. Crescent twist here. Thumbs to sternum. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Open the arms. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Pull the navel in. Reach up. Open wide, warrior two. Yeah, breathe in, reach. Exhale, back to warrior two. And then turn those toes, star pose. Reach up. And then inhale, ankles in, toes out. Sit down. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, shoulder in. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, here we go. Toes in, slightly pigeon-toed, Parsarita wide leg forward fold. And here we are again. Not just once, but twice today on the internet. Ass in the air. There it is. I said it. Good. Good. Framing those left toes with your hands. And here we're going to pause when we get to plank. So lift that right heel up. We're sending the left foot back to join the right in plank. And we've got 5 full breaths here. 1, 2, 3, navel in, you got it, yes you can. 4, and then on your next exhale, all the way down to your belly and to complete melty rest. So one of the cheeks to the mat, if that blanket's there and you want to support, just making sure I'm not depriving you of my full vision. You can support the cheek with the blanket if that feels good, or you can just completely hit the deck wherever you are, closing the eyes. And while you're here, while you're resting, while you're letting that fizzy energy continue to do its work on the inside of your body, just a reminder of our dharma today, of our intention, our teaching. It may be sufficient to change the how as opposed to the what. How is always more important than what. See if you can give much more attention to the doing than to the result that you want to achieve through it. Give much more attention right now to the complete release than to the result, which is the recovery of the body after stress and action. Just be. Give your fullest attention to whatever the moment presents. This implies that you also completely accept what is. It's because you cannot give your full attention to something and at the same time resist it. It applies to rest as well as action. You cannot completely rest if you don't give your full attention to resting. Let go of the thought process. Let go of the to-do list. Let go of what's next. Just be here. And when you're ready, you can flip your cheek to the other side. Just honor the neck. And then eventually make your way back into your child's pose. So hips over the heels, knees wide, fingertips forward. Still a little bit of action in those fingertips and those arms. We're not completely melting into this child pose. It's an active child's pose because we're going somewhere else after it. And then inhaling back up to your tabletop. And just a reminder here, I think I said in one of my earlier videos, whenever I hit a tabletop, I can't resist a cat and a cow. I just can't. I have to do it. And your hope practice, which is what you're developing right now, is all these practices, is a great way to just add in those little things that feel good. If you feel a little bit self-conscious when you're in a class full of people doing something different, well, ain't nobody watching you now. So just do whatever feels good. I tell you, I do 1 million cat and cows a day. Good. And then you're gonna come all the way down onto your back. If you have a block, grab a hold of it. If you don't, maybe get a book, a cushion, something small enough to be able to fit between the thighs. And we're gonna go all the way down onto our back. If you don't have anything, that's okay. You can absolutely do what we're gonna do next without anything, but this is a little bit of extra connection. So we're going all the way down onto our backs. My biggest fear here is that I'm gonna slide down onto my back in a very ungraceful, inelegant way. But I guess the teacher becomes the student here, right? Because it's about the how, not the what. Good, bringing that block in between the thighs all the way down, close as you can get it to that pelvic area. Once again, really nestle it down in there. Good. Plant the soles of the feet to the mat. Try to walk the soles of the feet as close as you can towards the sacrum. You're going to take the hands and place them palms face down towards the heels of the feet. Good. As opposed to the heels of anything else. I suppose you have heels on your hands too. And then take a full breath in. And exhale, lift your hips. Good, and you're squeezing that block. Imagining that I'm coming around trying to pull that block away from you. And as you squeeze, you're externally rotating those hip muscles, which lifts the pelvis even higher. Good, full breath in, full breath out. We're gonna take about 5 breaths here. Notice if the chin has dropped down in towards the chest. Try to open the throat, lift the chin towards the chest instead. Press down through the hands. Good. Nice, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, one more inhale, come to the tips of your toes. Exhale, lower down slowly through all of the vertebrae. Grab a hold of that block. Place it to the side. Wash the knees side to side, let go of the tension. Good, and we're bringing that block with us as we bring the hands in between the thighs of the calf muscles, roll on up, maybe 2 or 3 times. Just play with that, have fun. Into your, scoot back, Navasana boat pose. I'm sort of discovering here that my deck is not quite as even as I thought it was. Good, and maybe the hands stay behind the thighs here. Maybe this is all that happens. If you want to go a little further, grab a hold of that block. Create a little space in between the thighs and start to move the block in a figure 8 in between the thighs, breathing. Good, playtime, right? This is so much fun. Good, full breath in, full breath out, just a couple more. Placing that block down, lifting up, if you kind of curved in as I did there, lifting up. And then exhale,
all the way down onto the back, knees from side to side. Good. And we're going to go one more time with the block in between the thighs. Here we go. Walking the heels back towards the sacrum. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, lift up. Good, nice. Maybe you walk the feet a little closer, press the hips. Good, you almost feel like you're trying to pop that block upwards out of your thighs. Squeezing so tight. Draw the navel in, you're creating this flat belly. Good, inhale, bring the heels off the mat. Exhale, lower down. Nice. Take the block out. This time you can take your feet about mat's distance apart and rock your knees in towards one another if that feels better, or you can wash the knees from side to side. That's also an option. Nice, and then knees into chest. We're rocking and rolling up one more time. Take that block with us. So up we go, maybe just one time this time. Maybe you like that rock and roll, go ahead. Good. Now if you have the abdominal capacity here, and at the moment I do not, but I'm going to attempt just real quick to show you, lengthening those heels up, extending the hands out. You can keep the legs straight and do that figure eight with the legs straight. It's not going to look graceful on me right now. Still strengthening those abdominal muscles. But you can go ahead and do that if you're rocking it that way, or staying with the knees bent, going further with those figure eights, or simply holding and breathing, pulling the navel in, lengthening the chest. Good, just a few more breaths wherever you are. And then we're all going to attempt to lengthen the heels up, lengthen the arms, whew, and lower it down. Whew, let gravity take you. Knees from side to side. Beautiful. Good. And then, coming into our final hip stretch, we're going all the way back over onto our hands and knees. Oh, there it is again. It's like a knee-jerk reaction, cow. Lengthening the spine. And then we're going to come into our pigeon posture. So lifting that right leg behind you, drawing the right knee underneath you, making that right knee make a right turn, land behind the right wrist, left ankle somewhere in between the left wrist and the left hip. Sliding the left toes towards the back of the mat. If there's a lot of space underneath that right hip, grabbing a block or a blanket or a book or a cushion or whatever you have to support you in maintaining the alignment of the hips. What we're trying to avoid here is this twist, which a lot of people, that was a nice face, wasn't it? This twist, which you can't, which doesn't feel or good or serve the hips. And then wherever you are, take a full breath in. And then exhale, coming down either onto the forearms or all the way down onto the belly. If you're on the forearms, it might serve you with a block or a book to rest the forehead. And we're just going to take a minute here to breathe. Remembering that in these still up postures, the work is the presence. Continuous exploration of expansion and space in the body. Remaining in presence, staying away from pain. Walking the hands back up towards that right shin, tucking those left toes, lifting that left knee, sending that right foot back out, under the knees, extending the left foot backwards, bringing it forwards, left knee behind left wrist, left ankle behind right wrist, sliding that right quadricep further back. Noticing any differences on this side as opposed to the other, maybe using a block or a blanket to support that left hip. Just breathing, taking a moment to lift the heart, and exhale, come down onto the other side. If you don't have the blocks, another great way to support the head is one fist on top of the other. Focusing on the inhale, followed by the exhale. And then breathing in, bringing the hands towards that left shin, lifting up. Removing any blocks or blankets or supports you have on that left side, sitting yourself down onto that left hip, bringing the hands and the feet forward, pressing the soles of the feet to the mat. Taking a full breath in here. Reaching the arms forwards, palms towards one another. And on your exhale, chin to chest, slow as you like, all the way down onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest, untuck your hips, walk them towards the front of the mat. Reach for the insoles or the outsoles of the feet. Draw the knees in towards the armpits. A little rock and roll from side to side. Just breathing that right foot, lengthen it along the mat. Draw the left knee into the chest. And then switch over, right knee into chest, and lengthen that left foot forward. Good. Drawing the knees back into the chest, arms out wide, knees over to the left, spinal twist. Allowing that right shoulder to ground down. Feeling that twist settle into the abdomen, to the digestive system. Breathe in, knees to chest. Exhale over to the other side. Adjusting the clothing as necessary for comfort. And then drawing the knees into the body. Wrapping the arms around the shins. Lifting the back of the head, the nose towards the knees. Draw a full breath in. And then exhale. Out you go to your Shavasana. Once again, adjusting anything on the body that doesn't feel comfortable. Clothing, hair, wipe the sweat. Take the feet a little wider than the mat. Take the arms a little wider than the mat. The invitation now is to close the eyes and remain as connected to your practice as you were through the deepest flow. To allow the teachings and the rememberings to sink into the body, the messages to manifest. Take your final resting posture and let your practice take root.
a flicker of awareness return. Feeling that flicker spark a little movement in the fingers and the toes. Allow that movement to travel into the wrists, the ankles, the hips, the shoulders, the head. And for the breath to reach down deep once again into the outer echelons of the body. Expand. Perhaps traveling through a full body stretch, curl into the fetal position on either your left, your softer side, or your right, your more active side. For a couple more moments of presence. As soon as you honor the present moment, all unhappiness and struggle dissolve, and life begins to flow with joy and ease. When you act out of present moment awareness, whatever you do becomes imbued with a sense of quality, care, and love, even the most simple action. So rise out of your practice today with the intention to simply move through each moment with presence. It's called Karma Yoga. It's a powerful spiritual practice. The fruit becomes obvious the more you practice. The benefit, the bounty. Lifting yourself up into a seated position, facing the front of the mat, bringing the hands to the heart, closing the eyes. Drawing the thumbs to the third eye. Gratitude for presence of mind. Thumbs to the lips, gratitude for presence in the words, and thumbs to the heart, gratitude for presence of moment, for presence in your intentions. And with gratitude always for the teachings and the blessings and the light that shines from each and every one of you. Thank you for taking the time to take the time.